Hi everyone. This recording will cover the assignment called chapter activities. That's what it's called in your syllabus, so it's right there. You just are either working on or you already submitted your Affirm module, and so the next one is the chapter activities. So down here, it's also called chapter activity questions times 4, okay? And what I really should have called them were and you'll see in just a second, the application activities from the chapters. Okay, so what you're going to do, this is a fairly broad option. It's a broad assignment. I want you to make it what you want to make it. Okay, so you will look at the chapters. From the chapters, and I'll go show you the chapters in 1 second. We have 12 chapters, right? So you're going to choose from 4 different chapters. You're going to choose let me show you what it says. Okay, so I'm in the ebook, and over here, if you click on, so let's just start with chapter 1. If you click on the little arrow and extend it out, you will see down here there's something called application activities. There are application activities for every single chapter. Okay, let me just show you chapter 3. Again, open it up, and there it is right there. Okay, let me just show you just to prove that they are here for every single chapter. This is chapter 10. There you go, application activities. And let's look at chapter 12. There are the application activities there as well. I'm just going to use chapter 12 as an example. So what you're going to do, you're going to click on application activities. Okay, and what you're going to do, again, you will choose 4 total application activities. They must be from 4 different chapters. Okay, so you can choose any of the chapters you want, but they must be 4 separate chapters, and you will do a total of 4 application activities. Okay, one from, let's say, chapter 2, one from chapter 6, one from chapter 9, the math chapter, and one from chapter 12, let's say. Whichever chapter and activities you select, you need to be very clear about which ones you're selecting. Okay, so let's say I wanted to do number 1 and I'm in chapter 12. So in your presentation, whatever that looks like, which we'll talk about in just a second, so whatever your final, whatever your assignment that you will submit is going to look like, you would say chapter 12, number 1. Or let's say you wanted to do chapter 12, number 3. You would say chapter 12, number 3, right? Make sure you are clear in telling me which chapters, okay? So you should start off by saying chapter blank, comma, activity blank, right? So let's just kind of use that as our template. Chapter blank, activity blank. Okay, so you could say chapter 5, activity 3. All right, and I'm going to hold this up in 1 second, just so y'all can see what I mean. Hold on, I'm going to turn my camera on in 1 moment, please. Hi, here I am. Okay, so this is what I want to, oh, sorry, I really hurt my shoulder and I'm struggling with that. So here's what I want you to say, okay? In your presentation, chapter blank, activity blank, okay? You will have 4 separate chapters, 4 separate activities. Okay, so chapter 2, activity 1, chapter 3, activity 3, whatever, chapter, I'm always backwards, chapter blank, activity blank. All right, that's what I want you to do for that. I'm going to turn my camera off so I can go back to the textbook. All right, so 4 separate chapters, 4 separate activities. And what your assignment's going to look like is really up to you. So going back to the syllabus, you can post it, you will post this to the discussion board. Okay, so you will post this to the discussion board, whatever you choose your presentation to look like or your post to look like. Okay, so you will go to our discussion board, which I will make sure I have it open, and you can decide how you want to answer this question or how you want to post about this assignment. So you could do a discussion board post where you simply type your answers. Okay, you could just type it all out, again making sure to say, chapter 1, activity 2, here's my answer. It's in the same post. Chapter 3, activity 2, here's my answer. Right? Or you could choose to do something like a PowerPoint presentation, that you might need to save as a YouTube link, okay? Because usually they end up being kind of large. If you don't know how to save a presentation as a YouTube link, you could just Google it. It's very easy. If you have not done that already, I don't think you've done that for me yet, have you? So you might have done that for me in another class, but it's pretty easy. You'll just save it. And I'm recording using Screencast-O-Matic, which is free. It is limited to 15 minutes, but you can always, if for some reason you go over, you can do a part 1 and a part 2. But then when you go to save in Screencast-O-Matic, it gives you an option to upload to YouTube, okay? So what you will submit will be either a typed out discussion board post specifying 4 separate chapters and 4 separate activities, or it would be more of a presentation. And the reason I'm giving this option, somebody asked me about this, I think last fall maybe in one of the classes, and they had a discussion board was their assignment, and they said, hey, could I do a more of a presentation? And I said, sure, absolutely, of course you can. So I wanted to give you all the option. In this case, you don't need to have yourself on camera. I would like to see you all, but I don't put myself on camera that often, so I'm not going to force you all to do that. If you do the presentation kind of response, I would like to see you, but your smiling faces, but I don't have to, okay? So again, kind of a typed out post into the discussion board, or a PowerPoint, or a Canvas. I always forget what it's called. Presentation, infographics, stuff like that. Whatever works for you, that you will then save again as a YouTube link and post that to the discussion board. If you try to save it as just a presentation, it tends to be too long. But if you do this presentation, you do need to have a voice. I need to be able to hear what you are presenting, okay? So your choice, hopefully that's clear. Again, a discussion board post where you simply will type your answer, it's gonna be pretty lengthy, or more of a presentation type response where, again, you can do a PowerPoint, you can record yourself doing a PowerPoint or Canvas or infographics, whatever works for you. You are certainly welcome to work with a partner or a small group for this activity. Just make sure that again, only one person needs to submit, okay? And just make sure that you have all the names on there. I would say groups of no larger than about 4 or so. But you can certainly work with a partner, you can work with a small group. And again, one person will submit, and then just make sure to put everybody's names on there, okay? So that is the assignment, and I'm gonna pause for 1 second. I'm gonna go into Blackboard to make sure the discussion board is open, and then I will show you where to go in Blackboard.